You got some Christmas ideas for us? Is that what we're talking about this morning?
I do. I started thinking about this because we're inundated with news so quickly every day, and I feel like the Hurricane Helene situation has just been buried.
That's all it has.
And so all of these businesses are still hurting. In fact, I was looking at the numbers last night. There was $3 billion in damage to businesses and nonprofits in North Carolina, and $12.4 billion in economic loss from reduced business revenue.
Wow.
So that means a lot of workers and business owners are really suffering right now. So I thought it might be fun to highlight a couple of businesses in North Carolina that we could support this holiday season. And even if it's too late for you to get something on time for Christmas, I thought some of us...
support the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of us get together with family after Christmas. Maybe you see your in-laws or whatever it is, maybe a few days after Christmas. So that buys you some extra time. But also we've got Valentine's Day coming up. You've got an anniversary, a birthday, anytime throughout the year. If we can remember to support some of these businesses and help them get back on their feet, we're doing our part. So I found a couple that I just wanted to highlight real quickly and see if you would like to support them this year. Do you guys like a chocolate and nuts combo when you're eating a sweet?
Fine. All right. All right.
It's delicious. There is a company there called Duncan and York. It's duncanandyork.com. They have a lot of specialty products made in Asheville, North Carolina, like dark chocolate covered caramelized almonds. You can get 5 ounces of those for $16.95. And then also something I thought that was cool at this business, they have a y'all hat. It just says y'all.
I love that.
Which I feel like is the perfect accessory for someone who needs some Southern charm in their life. That's $32. They have free shipping if you spend $75 or more. And if you're local, you can pick things up in store there. And then a lot of us like to go camping. People looking forward to doing that this spring, or maybe over the holiday you're going somewhere warm like Arizona and going camping. In North Carolina, they have a business that's called Black Dome Mountain Sports, and they carry all sorts of sports and outdoor gear. And they carry brands like Camelback and Cotopaxi, but they had something that I really liked, the Roamer self-inflating mattress. How cool is that? So you don't have to have your air compressor or whatever. I thought that was really cool. So you can support them at blackdome.locally.com.
That's really cool. What is the magic involved there? How does that happen?
It's magic.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's magic.
By the way, if folks are missing these web addresses, we've got a graphic coming up when you're done here that'll have everything up there. So awesome. I can see sparks flying off pens around the nation right now.
Try to get it all. Well, and I think most people here, at least at our office, they're all coffee drinkers. So if you are a coffee drinker and you like a good cup of joe, Rowan Coffee, they have a downtown Asheville location, so you can go there if you live in the area, but they also ship nationally.
Oh, wow.
I have been tipped off that the Nicaragua Regalo de Dios, which is $24 for a 10-ounce bag, that is supposed to be delicious. So that would be worth checking out at rowancoffee.com.
I wonder if it ships through
Manawa, Nicaragua.
Or just
from Manawa, Nicaragua.
Well, and they've got coffees from all over the world, so they have a great selection. And then if you are a big RFK fan, you're a part of the Maha movement, you're trying to do things more naturally, reverencebotanicals.com. This is a family that lives deep in the mountains in North Carolina, like way off the grid. And they make herbal extractions in these little micro batches with herbs that they grow themselves.
Poke root?
Yeah. So this is the one that I thought was the most. I'd never heard of poke root.
Poke root.
Perfect time to choose this when Jeffy's here. This is for intense cleansing and movement of the lymphatic system, so it can help clear out the remnants of old infections and congestion and accumulated metabolic waste. So
that stuff Jeffy's wheelhouse.
For $18, you can clear all that stuff out.
Okay.
And this business in particular said, we recently reopened after the devastating flooding from Hurricane Helene. Thankfully, our herb processing kitchen was spared, but the community is still reeling in grief. And then they listed a lot of boots on the ground organizations where you can also donate. So they weren't just thinking of themselves, but everybody else.
That's nice.
Cool.
Did you do a cleanse with your son?
I did. I've done all of them. I've done like the heavy metal detox and the ADHD? Parasite cleanse. He has some hyperactivity. Like his focus is fine.
Mean like a kid?
He can be very hyperactive. And so we've noticed a lot of kids with ADD, ADHD, autism, they have an allergy or like a reaction to something called salicylates. And salicylates are in everything that's healthy. So all the healthy stuff we were feeding our kid was making him a nutball. So we've been doing all these different cleanses to try and figure out how to...
You can't do preservative stuff. You can't do healthy stuff.
Right. What can you do?
Here's some water.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's got fluoride. Never mind. I mean,
It's pretty wild. Like
Wow.
putting him on a low salicylate diet, his behavior changed in like 2 days. It was
Seriously?
nuts.
what is
so
that?
Oh, wow.
What kind of foods are we talking about that are like that?
that are things that are high in salicylates are all the things we were feeding him, like almost every fruit, every vegetable. Things
Really?
that are low in salicylates, that were fish,
What's
meat.
left to eat?
Well,
Yeah.
fish, meat,
Fish, okay.
cheese. And then he can have bananas.
almost like an Atkins
mangoes,
type of diet?
pears. Yeah,
Maybe?
sort of.
Pretty
Mhm.
close.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
It's not an easy one to stick to, but I will say if you have a child that has maybe ADD or ADHD or
try, huh?
autism or oppositional
Those damn
defiance
salicylate.
disorder, there's a million of them. The low salicylate diet can make a huge difference, and it's got an actual name. It's called the Fine Gold diet. And you
Fine
can
Gold
read it up, and
diet.
it kind of walks you through how to do it. But
Okay.
it's fascinating the difference.
Yeah. Huh.
So
That's
anyway.
great.
I'm supposed to ask you about a parasite or something.
Yeah, I did a parasite cleanse. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I won't go into detail about it, but
Did
Since we're all
you
eating
have
breakfast here.
parasites that you needed to cleanse from?
I sure did.
Okay. all right.
Really?
Do we have
Everybody
a graphic
has
of websites?
parasites.
And I think not.
Where are we getting
I
parasites?
did not. If you eat sushi, if you eat your
don't.
meat rare or medium
Again.
rare.
Oh,
My
really?
problem.
Oh.
No, so do we have the graphic of all these awesome websites that you've been talking about to support local businesses?
We
I'd
should,
yes,
and-
look at
There you
this. Take
I
a
had-
picture of that, y'all.
I had
Take a
one
picture.
left too. Well, and I have a couple of Amish businesses. I'm sure we don't have time to get to those, but we should also support the Amish this year. They really came through during the
Pennsylvania,
election.
baby.
Yes, they did.
So-
Except those
Yeah.
are the raw milkers.
So I have some of those. Yeah, raw milk is so good for you. I'm on the raw milk train.
What a surprise you're into raw milk. So do you go
Very
to
good for
a
you.
local farm to
I
get
do.
it?
I get
or-
it from a local farm. I get butter, milk, sourdough cinnamon rolls. There's
what about
like
the
5
salicylates?
ingredients in these things, and they are the best tasting, like way better than any.
Oh, we need to talk.
Store-bought-
This
yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
good.
They're
What
does
about the
sound good.
salicylates
That
or
does.
whatever?
So,
They're in the sourdough,
Okay.
so you can eat those. You can still have cinnamon rolls.
Okay.
so shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm sorry. You had more stuff. I'm sorry.
I did just a couple more really quickly.
Okay.
If you want to give an experience, there is an Asheville business where you can reserve a little wellness tour for $150. You can do a
I love
hike
Asheville.
and yoga, and then they'll also take you on a tour where you can sample beverages from the local bars and hear about the
Nice.
history. So it's kind of a
Nice.
health and party combo. And then also the Amish businesses, lapstoys.com, they make really, really good handmade heirloom toys. These cost a little more, but they're going to last you for the next 100 years. So that's a good investment.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And
Okay.
this gourmet popcorn, if you like popcorn, you can get a 6-pack gift box of gourmet Amish popcorn for 26
Oh, I bet
bucks,
that's good.
which is really good.
Yeah.
And then Carrot
Salicylates
House.
or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, popcorn very high in salicylates. So yeah, stay away from those if you got a problem. And then carriagehousefurnishings.com. If you don't need any Amish furniture, but you want to support the Amish, look at this mailbox. They make the
cool.
cutest. Those are
that's
under
cool.
$100.
That's
I think
cool.
that's pretty neat. And people will always be
Do
able
the
to find your
HOAs allow
house.
those?
I mean, if they don't, be like, what do you hate about the Amish?
That's
Yeah,
a good
right.
point.
Why are
Right.
they
Right.
eating on the Amish? So anyway,
okay.
those
Cool
are all
graphic.
really great ways to
Those are
support
awesome.